I really should cover this movie on the channel. I kind of feel like I haven't really did Arnold videos.
You son of a bitch.
Guys, remember in the 90s when you would go to a friend's house or maybe a girl you were dating and you would either go through their CD collection or their movie collection and it would strike up a conversation, or at the very least you would get to know them a little bit more based on what they had? Well, basically that's what I'm going to do in this video if Ollie gets out the way. I'm going to go through my entire movie collection, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Some of these movies I never even watched. Some of them I don't even know how I ended up with, to be perfectly honest. But I'm going to provide a little bit of commentary on each one. And like any good movie, we're going to go through the full gamut of emotions, right? There's going to be excitement. There's going to be a little bit of horror. I'll probably be embarrassed by some of these even. At the very least, I hope you guys find it a little entertaining, because that's really, at the end of the day, what you minimum want from a movie, right? Oh, these aren't in any particular order, by the way. There's going to be Blu-rays, there's going to be DVDs, there's even going to be HD DVDs, which is funny. I'm sure you guys remember that format back in the day, right? But anyway, what do we got here? Triple feature Blu-ray Stallone. Some of his best from the 90s. We got Cobra, Assassins, and The Specialist. All three stellar films. And if you guys haven't seen these, or you need to catch up, these three are highly recommended. Outside of, obviously, the Rambo, the Rocky films. Those are some solid Stallone films. An American Haunting. Never really heard of this one. The cast is actually pretty good. It's got Donald Sutton. Oh, shit, Ollie. God damn it. I've never seen this. This isn't even my movie. I'm pretty damn sure that was my wife's. I don't really care about, like, haunting ghost movies, though. What do we got next? Blu-ray, Lockup, Stallone. Oh, another stellar one. This is classic Stallone from the 80s. One of my favorite prison films. You guys got to check that out if you haven't seen it. DC Cab, Mr. T. Dude, I've been wanting to watch this forever. I mean, how could you not? Just look at that picture right there, right? But anyway, I'm going to actually put this in. I need to watch that soon pile. Wagons East. John Candy and Richard Lewis. Actually, I bought that. No, I don't even think I bought this, man. I might have got this one from my parents or something, but I do want to watch that. I'm kind of curious. The Polar Express, Tom Hanks. I don't know, man. Like, the animation was kind of weird. Anyway, I think it semi-flopped. What Women Want. Mel Gibson and Helen Hunt. Yeah, that movie's actually kind of funny. I don't even know if, like, you can say that anymore, right? They try to, like, overcomplicate everything where people can't even define what a woman is.
What is a woman? Can you tell me that?
There is not one particular thing.
It could be many things to many people.
Some women have penises, right? Some men have vaginas.
I don't even know if you can make that movie anymore. Because people don't even know. There's, like, no definition, right? It should just be common sense. But anyway.
Boys have a penis, girls have a vagina.
Thanks for the tip.
What is this one? Steel Bag, Andy Garcia. Two brothers, one fortune, zero chance they'll share it. Never heard of this one. Don't know how that ended up in the collection. Look at this one. Tom Hanks' Forrest Gump. Special Collector's Edition. That's actually a really good movie. Maybe I never returned this to Blockbuster, right? That's not the reason why they went bankrupt, though. The Twilight Saga Eclipse. Trust me, I did not rent this one, so I'm not on the hook for not returning it. As far as, like, the Twilight movies, it was such a phenomena that I do remember I watched the first one with my girlfriend at the time, and I thought it was okay. I just watched it more out of curiosity of, like, why is this movie so damn popular? I didn't get it. Anyway, I'm not a teenage girl either, so.
Girls have a vagina.
It's all lies and false propaganda.
The Interpreter, Nicole Kidman and Sean Penn. I don't really remember this, to be honest. Chooch. There's more than one way to spell jackass. This just looks like a silly movie. Never seen it. Don't know how it ended up in the collection. Oh, this one. Look at this. Look at this. Muscle Tech presents Bodybuilding. Only the Strong Survive. Guys, remember King Kamali? And then I don't even recognize this dude, but yeah, I never watched this. I must have got this from, like, buying a supplement back in, this came out in 2005. Maybe I got it, like, at a supplement store. I don't even know, man. You got a lot of greats in here. You got, like, Jay Cutler, Dexter Jackson, all those bodybuilders. Hosted by action film star Christian Boving. Whatever happened to that guy, by the way? I don't think he was, like, an action star. I don't think he was really in any movies. So he was a good cover model for, like, Muscle and Fitness and stuff. But that's about it. Point Break. I don't remember if they actually remade this or not, but this is classic, dude. Keanu Reeves and Patrick Swayze, really good movie. It's pretty much the exact same story of the Fast and the Furious, except this is, it takes place with like surfing and skydiving as opposed to souped up cars. Commando on Blu-ray. I really should cover this movie on the channel. I kind of feel like I haven't really did Arnold videos.
You son of a bitch.
I did a like top 10 facts you never knew about Arnold, which you guys should check that video out, by the way. It's actually kind of a cool piece because there's like a takeaway which each of those facts that you could apply to like your own life, right? That's actually a good video, but I should really just cover more Arnold in general. I kind of feel like I dropped the ball on that, man. Too busy covering Stallone and Van Damme and Steven Skull, right?
I'll be back. Ha! You did not gonna say that, did you?
Roadhouse. Oh, that's classic Patrick Swayze. This is a really great movie, and I'm kind of curious on the remake, right, with Jake Gyllenhaal and Conor McGregor's film debut. That's going to be interesting. And I like that it takes place in Key West, Florida. That's a really cool setting. So I'm actually kind of pumped on that. By the way, that reminds me, I got a video I got to still put out when I interviewed Benny the Jet Urquidez, who basically trained Patrick Swayze and was a fight choreographer on this film. I have not put that part of the interview I did with him out yet, though, so that's a good reminder. Oh, what do we got? Gattaca on Blu-ray. Oh, man. This is one of my favorite movies. This movie is insane. And basically what they cover is kind of like what's going on now, where they have like these so-called designer babies, right? Where you can choose, oh, I want my kid to be like 6 foot tall and have blue eyes, etc. The real benefit, though, of these designer babies is that you could kind of take out the certain diseases that person might be predisposed to. So that's the benefit. But, as far as like all this physical alteration, obviously that's going to be controversial. People already do that anyway with like plastic surgery and stuff. But I'll tell you one thing they cannot manufacture, and basically is the point of this film, is the human spirit, right? And just the grit and determination that you got to forge, man. It's like Bruce Lee says, don't pray for an easy life. Pray for the strength to endure a difficult one. So that's what this is all about, man. You're not manufacturing that Stallone hunger and grit where, people like him made it. But in this future, you'll have a lot more people that look like Dolph Lundgren, I'm sure, when that becomes a reality. I mean, who's not going to want their kid to be like this, tall, elite physical specimen, right?
Whatever he hits, he destroys.
Anyway, Vin Diesel Triple X on Blu-ray. This was when he was at that extreme sports version of James Bond. Kind of a cool movie. And they did a follow-up a long time after, but I remember seeing this in the theater, man. Vin Diesel was freaking awesome, dude. Obviously, Fast and Furious, the Pitch Black movie, he was doing Triple X. So, I mean, these days, all he's doing is sequels to Fast and Furious, but you really can't blame him. I mean, if you could literally become a billionaire just doing one film franchise, why not? Look at this one. Ultimate Edition, Stallone First Blood. This is the DVD, and this is actually a pretty cool one. A lot of bonus features there. Boy, man, I think he thinks he's helping, but he really kind of makes this more difficult. He wants to get his cat scent on it. I can't blame him. Stallone's Judge Dredd's underrated, and Ollie wants to own it. Ollie's putting his cat scent all over it, so it's going to be his, basically. I'll put it in his collection. Another Blu-ray, this time Arnold, The Sixth Day. This was another interesting one, basically, man. And this could be a future that becomes a reality, too, sometime, right? I don't know if you guys remember this film, but I think Arnold almost died making it. I heard he almost drowned in one of the action scenes. What do we got? Stargate, the movie, Kurt Russell, James Spader. This is actually classic. That's a good Blu-ray right there. Oh, look at this. Wesley Snipes, Blade 2. Obviously, I've seen this in the theater, seen it numerous times. This copy of the Blu-ray, though, I wanted to own and got it. I never even opened it. Got it for $10. First time on Blu-ray. So I should catch back up on all those Blade movies. Ooh, look at this. The Cure trilogy. So obviously this is just their concert on Blu-ray. That is some heavenly music. This is 3 different albums, by the way. Pornography, Disintegration, and Bloodflowers, which is why they call it the trilogy. This is one of those bands that just make you happy. When great art is created, you're like, wow, we done this, us humans, right? Speaking of which, this is quite the opposite. Double feature, A Brush with Death, and then Harvest of Fear. Now, I have not seen these, but these are the kind of movies where you're just like, dude, this is just pure schlock. You know, this does not make you proud to be a person. That is not great art that was created or will be remembered or listened to or watched 100 years from now, right? It just won't. Double Dragon, Mark Dacascos MVD collection. So, yeah, I seen this back in the theater, man, back in the day. And this is a movie that, unfortunately, for a couple of different reasons, kind of just really hurt Mark Dacascos' career, because he was on a run, man, with Only the Strong as his debut, directed by Sheldon Lettich. I got a lot of videos on that on the channel, even interviewed Mark about it. Check those videos out. But basically, man, he was doing that, and then he did this, and it didn't perform well, and, you know, unfortunately, a lot of straight-to-video movies afterwards as a result. But look at this, man. No Country for Old Men. It's not even open. Blu-ray. Seen this movie several times. 2007 Academy Awards winner. Wow, it got Best Picture, Best Director, Best Adapted Screenplay, and Best Supporting Actor. I mean, this movie is really good. Javier Bardem, that's a classic. He plays quite an interesting psycho in that. Speaking of great movies, we got Heat. De Niro, Pacino teaming up, right? That scene of them together in the coffee shop. Oh, that's brilliant.
Don't let yourself get attached to anything you are not willing to walk out on in 30 seconds flat if you feel the heat around the corner.
And then we got Val Kilmer, and we got one of the greatest bank heists ever created on film, Michael Mann. I think he actually did a sequel to that. It was actually a book he put out over the last year. And then, believe it or not, though, they actually made this. I think it was a made-for-TV movie prior to this theatrical film. So, yeah, you know, second time he really got it right and did it perfectly. And then I got to check out that book. I'm kind of curious. What do we got here? Look at that, man. Hot chicks and motorcycles. There's nothing manlier than that. A talented bunch who can ride and stunt with the best out there while making you bust a gut laughing, says Superbike Magazine. Yeah, I'm kind of curious to watch this, man. This had to have come from my brother, because he's like an avid motorcycle dude. And he's been actually going to the track quite a bit and I guess killing it, apparently. I mean, who knows? Maybe he'll start racing as an amateur. Why not, right? American History X. Yeah, this was an interesting movie. This is one where Edward Norton really buffed up, and people remember this as also, hey, it's got that kid from Terminator 2, Edward Furlong. I heard the director, by the way, was not happy with the final cut, and I forget if he even wanted his name on the film, but he was not too happy. I think the film's pretty good, though. We got Scrubs, the complete 6th season. This show's actually really good. You get a good chuckle. I probably own most of the seasons. That's the 6th season right there. Conspiracy Theory. Mel Gibson, Julia Roberts. Yeah, Mel Gibson plays an interesting guy in this, right? One of those tinfoil hat dudes. And then we got Curb Your Enthusiasm, the complete 1st season, man. Of course, I got to get this show because it's the closest thing you're going to get to Seinfeld. Same creator, Larry David. Oh, look at this, guys. Terminator 2, the Ultimate Edition, right? Terminator 2 Judgment Day. This is a nice DVD, man. Look at this. We got all kinds of cool ass bonus features. We got this book here. When I cover Terminator 2, obviously I got this thing for reference, all kinds of cool info. And wasn't it really cool, by the way, when they would do these like cool ass packaging for DVDs? I mean, look at that. It even says patent pending, right? So yeah, I don't know what's up with that, but Ace Ventura, Pet Detective, and When Nature Calls, 2 hilarious films. Plus, oh, this package has that Ace Ventura animated series, which I never even seen. Now, these movies are classic, probably Jim Carrey's best. I gotta check out that animated series, though. The Never Ending Story Part 2, the next chapter. So, I guess The Never Ending Story really didn't end because they did do a sequel. I don't think they ever did a third one, though. And I don't even remember this, man. Like, I remember the first one, but I have not seen that. That I think I married into. The Bourne Supremacy, Matt Damon. Yeah, I forget if this is the second or third one, right? No, I think it's the second one, because they had the Bourne Identity, then the Bourne Supremacy, and then I think the Bourne Ultimatum. But anyway, Matt Damon is an amazing actor, and I thought he did a good job, right? I thought he did a really good job in the Bourne series. Oh, of course, I got Rocky, 2-disc collector edition. This is a DVD. I did upgrade to the Blu-rays, by the way. But this has a lot of cool bonus features. And Rocky, what more can be said, man? It's one of the greatest films ever made. U-Turn. Sean Penn, Jennifer Lopez, Nick Nolte. Expect the Unexpected. Wow. Billy Bob Thornton, Joaquin Phoenix, John Voight.
Just driving around in John Voight's car.
Boy, talk about a cast. I think the coolest thing about this movie, by the way, is that classic Mustang. I think it's like a 66 Mustang that breaks down in the middle of nowhere. And this was an Oliver Stone film, so not my favorite movie, but an interesting one if you guys haven't seen it. Oh, speaking of great films, man. And this is one of the classics from the 80s. Iron Eagle, Louis Gossett Jr. and Jason Gedrick. Man, wasn't the 80s basically all about jets? Like, how many of you guys had a poster of a jet on your wall, dude? It was all about, like, jets and dirt bikes. In this movie, man, it was like, didn't you guys think you could be this? Didn't you guys think, hey, I'm going to fly a jet and I'm going to rescue my dad from, like, the Middle East, right? Like, this just seemed like it would be such a reality that you could do. This was almost like Bloodsport, where it's like, guys, growing up watching Bloodsport, we thought we could, you know, end up training and be able to fight and win the Kumite, right?
Someday, I'll fight in the Kumite and make my father proud.
That hurts me just looking at it.
This was right up there in that childhood fantasy where it's like, dude, we could grow up and fly jets and rescue people. Anyway, that's an amazing film.
Yeah! All right! Directly going!